Oh shit! I don't forgot the damn record.
See the one time that I hit, because typically you'd be like, man, you can go live. I'm recording, so
I look, man. I was trying to pull the damn Twitch up on my phone, and yeah, this. Oh, hold on, cut this volume down so we ain't getting a bunch of feedback on this shit. Wait, why aren't we showing this live on Twitch?
we're definitely live.
Oh, there we are. Shit wasn't playing for whatever reason. All right. Anyway, sorry for the super elongated opening to this shit. This is Politics Usual, episode 30. Me and Ronnie are here. Fee was with us right before we started recording, and something happened to his headphones, and he said he'll be right back. So he'll probably be popping in the middle of this. I please follow us on Twitch.
Please.
Like, if you aren't, please do that.
Twitch.tv/the kids wear crowns, all one word. Do that right now.
We are trying to get in on the Twitch revolution. God damn it. We need to start breaking even on this site at some point. But anyways, we're gonna talk about a couple things. First of which being Nas dropped an album.
Allegedly.
What do you mean allegedly?
I mean, if you want to call that an album.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
I mean, it wasn't bad. So I won't even front like it was bad. It was just very much a 40-degree day.
I haven't listened to Nas much in the last decade, like outside of his like feature verses. So I don't know what I should expect because I refuse to listen to the shit produced by the Coon.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, like
that was trash. That album.
I wouldn't even give it a stream. The only of those albums that I was willing to listen to was Pusha T because I need premium coke raps in my life, so I was willing to forego my morals to give Kanye some money. But other than that, I typically refuse to listen to anything that the Coon will get paid from on a streaming site. So I
listened to that album on YouTube actually. So yeah.
Yeah, I didn't listen to. He still got paid off of YouTube acts as a streaming site now.
I can assure you that the stream I listened to was not. Because it was taken down the next day. So yeah.
Oh, all right. But yeah, I did listen to that Distant Relatives album because my dad loved it, and I typically do not listen to anything that my dad hypes up. And yeah, so it was cool. Like I got halfway through the album and I was just kind of like, all right, it ain't bad.
Yeah.
And then 27 Summers came on. 27 Summers was dope. I forget what the joint with Pac is called, but I fucks with that.
He was rapping over I put this in the group. He was rapping over if Bill Street could talk beats, and I'm not joking. He's really rapping over like.
Wait, which one was that?
That was the one with Lil Durk.
Oh yeah, I skipped that one.
Oh, okay. Simply because Lil Durk was on there.
I don't listen. I don't want to hear none of these new rappers on songs with like veteran MCs. Props to the veteran MCs.
Yeah.
For reaching back and doing songs with the youngins. I'm just not about to listen to it because
he only did the hook anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, it's still them. I don't like hearing them trap cadences with niggas that be like rapping. Like I don't like hearing that. Same way, like when I listen to like an alternative R&B artist and I start hearing them doing a bunch of trap cadences, I immediately be like, all right, yeah, I'm cutting the shit off. Like I don't want to hear you do that because to me it's just unoriginal. Like if you do it, cool, but I'm not finna listen to it. But I skipped that and I skipped the song with Big Sean on it because it's Big Sean.
I mean, that song actually straight though.
Is he still rapping off beat on? Is Big Sean still rapping off beat on everything? Like, when I actually finally gave that nigga a chance, like I listened to the Detroit mixtape, and I was like, I was like, this shit fire. And I listened to Dark Sky Paradise, and that nigga was off beat on like every record, and I was like, yeah, nah, nope. Nope. Should never gave your ass a chance. I went against my better judgment. You out here doing Silk the Shocker on purpose.
Yeah, because on Dark Sky Paradise, he did like the rapper equivalent of like singers who like be going in, but they just sing really loud. Like, except he like his version of going in was like just trying to rap too fast, so fast that he was off beat. So yeah, I wasn't really feeling that.
Yeah, so I immediately skipped that, and then I got to the joint with Pac, and then the joint with the Firm, and I like those two records.
Yeah, AZ is still top tier, like very underrated. So his verse, like, of course, didn't surprise me at all because AZ is still that dude. But,
Fox repeating the same line 4 times in a row without changing the meaning was a little like, okay, Fox.
Yeah.
Really, you be rapping. We got that. We got that. Unless you're doing an entendre, repeating the same bar is not. that's not what we do out here. So yeah, that was those two joints was cool, but I'm trying to drag this out till if he gets in here so he can give his.
I mean, I'll go ahead and make. I'll jump on. I will jump on my admission to buy some time until he's able to get his take. So I turned the Nas album off because I was like, okay, that's cool. It's pretty mid. I realized Vic Mensa dropped an album today, and we trashed Vic Mensa last week. So I was like, okay, let me give this guy a chance. I listened to it, and it's actually really good, like really good. It's called the V Tape. It's only like 7 tracks, really short list, about 35 minutes, but there's not a single skip on there. And he dropped one really trash video, and the reason I wasn't looking forward to this album because I thought that song was on here, but that song, he just released that song, I guess, in support of like the protests and stuff, but that song isn't on here because it's trash. But it's a really, really contained project, and it returns to what I thought he could be. Like, so it's really good. And if you haven't listened to it, please check it out. It's called the V Tape. He released a visual album with it as well on YouTube. Like each song has a video. Some pretty cool visuals. So yeah, check that out. Like Vic Mensa surprised me. So yeah.
Yeah, I went and saw that this morning on like the front page of Tidal, and I was like, do I want to give this a chance? Because the last time I saw a Vic Mensa project was like, oh, okay, let me listen to this. It was like the joint he released, before he released his album, when he was like talking about his what all the trouble he had got into. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, okay, I think he's just rapping. He's rapping out of that shit that he was in. And then came that album that he put out. And it was like, oh, it's all produced by No ID. It's his first joint off Rock Nation. Mm-hmm. It was when he called Academics a bitch. And Academics says in what sense, which is still one of the most hilarious.
In what sense?
Like, if a nigga call you a bitch, you don't respond. In what sense? Like, no, nigga, that's
it means one thing.
Like, there is how many senses can you be a bitch? Like, how many ways can you be a bitch to somebody? Like, no, like if a nigga sitting 3 feet from me and says, to be honest, I really think you a bitch, I'm not finna ask in what sense. In my brain, I'm like, oh shit, is this finna escalate to violence? Because if a nigga's gonna call me a bitch on camera, he's probably willing to test that hypothesis. Mm-hmm. So you need to be prepared for A, proving you a bitch and finding the quickest way out of there, or B, proving you ain't a bitch and defending yourself. But asking in what sense is proving it and making you look really stupid. So I actually was like, oh yeah, fuck it, I'll listen to this. He went and called Academics a bitch on TV. No ID produced this. There's no way it could be bad. Wrong.
It was terrible, man.
Wrong. As the great Charlie Murphy said, wrong. Yeah. No.
Wrong.
So I saw it this morning. I was like, do I want to get us a chance? Like, he been wilding for the last 4 years. Nigga shakes his head, been doing all this rock and roll shit. Is he finally out of that? But I was like,
I think so.
I was like, I'm not finna risk this being my first listen on Friday. Because on Friday, I typically listen to Bomani Jones' podcast from Thursday, whatever new releases came out, and then I like throw on a playlist. And I was like, so I listened to Nas, I listened to Bomani's podcast. I was like, do I really want this? Do I really want this to fuck up my groove on a Friday where I don't have a bunch of shit to do? And I was like, nah, I'll wait to see if somebody else. Because I figured you or Chuck would listen to it. So I figured one of y'all would let me know, because y'all were early.
Yeah, and like I said, like you know that I would shoot straight with you on it because of how I felt about his previous projects. But I like to put this in context. It's been a very slow year, but it's one of the best projects of the year. I'll say that right now.
I mean, we are almost 9 months into the year, and I can't tell you what the best albums are.
Exactly.
You hear us, Fee? Can you hear us?
Hear us?
Yeah, man.
Oh, all right. All right, so we took a segue to talk about Vic's album. What was your take on Vic's project? What was your take on Nas's album?
Man, at first I was super excited for it. Man, I got a couple things to say about this shit because I don't think it's a bad album. First of all, he's Nas. Nas, he raps really well. He raps really well on this album. My problem is Hit Boy not sounding like Hit Boy. That's my first issue I have with the album. My second issue is all the features on the album. Like I seen Big Sean on the track list. I don't want Big Sean to be like this is go with any rapper. I don't want no rapper feature and you come and rapping about women. I don't want you to rap about women with other rappers, dog. I want you to come and rap with the rappers. Like let the personal women shit. You either do that with an R&B nigga or you do that on your own shit. But don't come feature on somebody else's shit. Like Nas, don't call Big Sean over here to rap about women, bro. He got whole albums with Janae Aiko where he can get that shit off, bro. He don't need to do that over here. I don't want him for that, bro. The little Durk feature, like why you got Lil Durk for that hook, bro? Like why? Why did you waste him in that? Like
I skip both of those records.
They're not replacement. The Big Sean joint is not bad, but the little Durk, why, bro? Why did you bring him over there for that? I don't need Little Durk on a Nas album, and I listen to Little Durk faithfully. He's one of my people I listen to in Chicago, but I don't want him on Nas's album at all. Like Fabio Foreign.
Yeah, I saw that Fabio 4 feature.
I saw that Fabio 4, and I was like, nah, I don't need to listen to that. ASAP Ferg too. No. Yeah, but yes, Big Sean did get off topic. Yeah.
ASAP Ferg verse wasn't bad, but Fabio Foreign, nah, bro. He I will never listen to him again, bro. Like, nah, what are you doing?
Talk about some Brooklyn drill. Like, what is Brooklyn drill?
Hey, listen. I ain't listen to ASAP Ferg again after, even though it wasn't his fault, but after that interview with ASAP Rocky, he's like, no homo, we slipping on semen. Every time I see ASAP Ferg name, I just think of that interview, even though he was a hapless victim of his homeboy. Talk about fighting while slipping on other dudes' semen. I just can't listen to that after that.
Because he was like, yeah, Ferg, I got to tell you this part I was in there slipping on semen, and Ferg was like,
no homo, we slipping on semen. The nigga emphasized semen too, and that nigga Ferg face just like. Hey, bro, you didn't have to say this. Nobody asked you about that. But go ahead.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I like the intro is okay. He starts to fall off towards the end. I like Blue Benz, 27 Summers. I actually like the song with the Firm on there. The song was pretty hard.
Yeah, I thought
it's a side. I mean, I'll give it another listen. Minus them few songs. That's my only issue I have with Nas. Like, I was excited because Hit Boy was producing it, but then Hit Boy didn't produce the way Hit Boy produces. So why did you go get this nigga to produce this whole album and then he doesn't produce like himself? Like, it just makes no sense to me. But other than that, I still think it's a solid project, though. I just wish the production was a little bit better.
I mean, but to be fair, it's Nas. The thing with Nas has always been production.
Nas is probably like, nah, bro, this beat sounds too good. I need something. I need something thrown in here.
Like, hey, bring it back a little bit. Hey,
like, who do you think I am?
You get niggas too excited, bring it down.
Well, they always say with Nas, like, he doesn't want the beats too good because he doesn't want the beats to outshine the production. But then you have Illmatic and Stillmatic where the production is flawless and it didn't outshine the lyrics. So, like, where are you coming from with this shit, bro? Like,
there's a thing to be said, like, musically, like when you study music composition, they say, like, if you're gonna have intricate lyrics, you want a simple instrumental background. If you're gonna have a simple instrumental background, you can afford to make things more complex and complicated behind that. Like, that's one of the things I learned being in a band was, like, you know, if I was gonna be like rapping, our drummer and guitar player would like tone it back because it's like, all right, we need people focused on the rapping. So there is something to be said for that, but that doesn't mean make it ass. Like, you can make something simple,
right,
and the shit actually be good. Like, Josh Manuel, drummer for the band Issues, him and a friend of mine, Chris Miller, were doing songs about Jane playthrough on his Twitch earlier, and one of the things they talked about was like, yo, the riffs on this are so dope despite being so simple. Or like you get to a song like Sunday Morning where it's three simple chords. Like I could play that on piano like right now, but my headphones will come out if I try to turn to it. But it's three simple chords, but it's so iconic and it's so dope. Like you can do something like that, make it simple while still making it memorable and something that people love. Like you don't have to just trash doesn't necessarily mean simple.
Right.
And simple doesn't mean bad. Like those things aren't interchangeable.
Like, bro, he could look at Lupe Fiasco. Like, Lupe has lots of albums with great production, like The Cool, Tetsu and Youth, Food and Liquor, and he doesn't dumb
Food
down
and Liquor
either. Yeah, it's like I don't understand like where this man is going with this shit, man. It's just disappointing.
Yeah, like you think about a song like Superstar. Superstar is a relatively simple production, but it's not a bad beat. Like it fits well with what Lupe was doing. Or you get a song like Pressure. Like that song, it does what it needs to do, despite the fact that you got two of the greatest rappers ability-wise on that shit ever. Like it, and it still holds up to that. Like you don't have to make it trash. So yeah, I like I said, I ain't listened to a Nas project in like a decade, so I didn't know what the fuck to expect. Ron said it best. It's a 40-degree day.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not great. I guess in the South that would be considered like a 80-degree day.
Yeah,
like what would be the Southern equivalent of like a 40-degree day?
I guess it depends on
probably an 80-degree day. Yeah,
because like it's 80 degree. Like now, like a 75-degree day in June, like that's gonna shock people. Like, oh damn.
Oh yeah.
Felt good as fuck outside. It was 75 degrees, but 80, 85, people ain't really gonna blink over that in the summertime. That was mad random. But the other part of the Nas dropping thing is we got the inevitable Jay-Z drop because of it. There's so many layers to this. Because number one, why does Jay keep doing this?
Like at this point, man. Like you can't even say it's a coincidence at this point.
Like last Nas album, you and your wife dropped the album 2 days after the fact, which tells me y'all didn't give a damn about charting because no one drops a fucking album on Saturday night. Like you already lost 2 whole days of streams for charting. So you had to have done that shit on purpose. You would have been better off waiting till the next project. And then like Nas announces, hey, I'm dropping the album. And then here you come with me and Pharrell dropping a record. Like, nigga, why would you do that? Why are you doing this?
Like that goes to show you that who really won the beef in the end, because
Jay is like, a petty nigga.
Like
look
the ether really burning slow on this man. Like it really is.
Dog, like you can tell that whole like look at all of his old beefs, all the cats that he beefed with back in the day. Most of them are signed to Rock Nation in some form of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
Jada, Fat Joe, Jim Jones. Who put that joke. Put that joke comment on the screen. That's an Office reference for those of y'all.
That's an Office reference, yeah.
For those of y'all that don't know. But like, why does he like he? Jay is a petty nigga. Like he is a Dame says it all the time. Like, yo, Jay is a dirty Mac. Like Jay is the ultimate dirty Mac. Like he was like Jay caught like when the news came out that Jay talked Jermaine Dupri out of the NFL deal that went and took it. He was like, man, Jay do that all the time. Like Jay will tell you, like, yo, don't fuck with that bitch. She a hoe or whatever. And then you look up 2 weeks later and Jay posted up somewhere with her. Like Jay-Z is very clearly like a dirty Mac, petty ass nigga, and no one says anything. Like 50, there was a video 50 talk about like I do the shit, niggas say I'm ruthless and don't give a fuck, but this nigga whole
yeah, he just do it, and people like, oh, he's a good businessman.
That's because 50 be out loud with it. Jay-Z is not loud; he's quietly doing shit.
But
so
still, like he quiet with it, but we still know he's doing this. It's like he gets away with it. Like he let Dame be the bad guy for all those years, and then we come to find out like it was Jay-Z was actually the problem. Like
right, because like little did we know that most of those guys were loyal to Dame, and Jay was the one making the dirty deals.
But that's the thing, like even them cats who went with Jay didn't succeed. Like
right,
Jake. There's an argument that J. Cole is the only artist that Jay-Z has signed that has been successful.
That's not an argument. That's true.
Like Dame signed almost everybody with Rockefeller except Bleak. That was Jay.
I mean, we see how that,
I don't. The only one I don't know was Beans. I don't know if that was pure Jay, pure Dame, or if it was a joint thing. So I don't know about Beans. But Jay didn't want Kanye. That was Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Jay didn't want Cam. That was Dame.
Mm-hmm.
Jay didn't want Rihanna. That was fucking L.A. Reid.
He wanted Tierra Marie.
He wanted Pittsburgh Slim over Asher Raw.
Pittsburgh Slim. like we're gonna say this every episode. Pittsburgh Slim.
All the artists who went with Jay in the Def Jam split, none of them did. The Young Guns all got their fucking career ended by Cat Williams in a rap beef.
I forgot all about that.
After he stole Young Chris' whole flow.
And like just Jack that man. Whole things. Like it's amazing. Like all the shit that Jay has gotten away with, and the way he played the whole Rockefeller thing was just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he went to Dame. So if you don't know the story is when Rockefeller was breaking up, Jay had 2 offers on the table. He had one from Def Jam to be the president, and he had one from Warner where Leor wanted him to go. And apparently the rumor is the one at Warner was more power and more money. He goes to Dame and Biggs and says, if y'all give me the Masters of Reasonable Doubt, I'll bow out the game. Dame says, nah, this is our album. We helped you do this. Jay takes the Def Jam president job, buys out Rockefeller Records, buys all his masters, and effectively blackballs Dame from the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that nigga's ruthless, man.
One more time, just because you didn't see it.
That nigga Jay is fucking ruthless, man. And now here he is, 17 years after Ether. It might have been more than that, actually. What was Ether? 2001? We're almost 20 years after Ether.
Yeah.
December 01. Or that might have been before that, but Stillmatic came out December 01. And that's when Jay-Z dropped the Unplugged of Blueprint on the same day as Stillmatic.
On the same day.
Ruthless, man. Like, why are you this bitter, dog? Like, you cheated on Beyonce, I don't know how many times. She's still with you. You got Tidal, you got Rock Nation. All your old rivals are signed to you. You like Michael Corleone at this point. You done took out all the family's enemies. You in legitimate business now, and you can't let it go.
This man created a Linkin Park mashup album just to have something to drop on the same day that Nas was dropping. Like, that's how petty this man is.
Wait. That dropped on the same day as Nas.
That dropped on the same day as the Nas album. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, and you know the funny part about that is because I have like the documentary that goes along with that, like in my iTunes, and he flew in and recorded that mashup in one night. Like he flew into where Linkin Park was, I'm guessing somewhere in California, and did all I think 6 tracks of that in one night. Re-recorded all those verses. Like that man was bound and determined to nod. And here we are.
He's done it 5 times, the Nas, since Stillmatic. Stillmatic dropped, Unplugged dropped, Streets Disciple dropped in 2004, Collision Course dropped the same day in 2004. Nas's Greatest Hits dropped November 6, 2007. American Gangsta dropped November 6, 2007.
The Greatest Hits album? Come on, man.
Nasir dropped June 15th, 2018. Everything Is Love dropped June 16th, 2018. And The Lost Tapes 2 dropped July 19th, 2019. And Beyonce, Jay-Z, Lion King dropped July 19th, 2019.
So this
5 times.
This is the 6th time.
Yeah, the 6th time.
This is the 6th time.
This nigga Jay-Z is petty, bro.
Like Michael Jordan with it, bro. 6 for 6, man.
No, he really is Jordan because he and I took that personal. like Jordan taking it personal. A nigga scored 35 points, and then the next game he put that nigga out the league effectively because of it. Like, come on, man. This nigga Jay-Z is ridiculous. Oh my God, I aspire to not be that petty. Like, nigga, that nigga is holding grudges. and I didn't even listen to the song with Pharrell, honestly.
Oh yeah, he was catching hella backlash from it on Twitter. I see, which no, not for dropping a song about the content matter. People were complaining he's telling people now to buy FUBU, and people are like, well, 20 years ago when FUBU was popping, you weren't telling us to buy FUBU. You were telling us to pop Cristal. But my thing is, he had his own clothing line, you idiots. Why would he go tell people to go buy FUBU when Rocawear was a competitor with them? Like,
I hear you, but not even that. Just a few years ago, like he's dropping like a song called Tom Ford. And I know people like progress by then, but like the way he's been moving in like the past 2 years, I'm really not trying to hear any black empowerment from him when he basically left Cap out to dry. And if you don't know the story of the Tidal employees, he received a PPP loan payment from the coronavirus relief, but he still laid off his Tidal stuff. So I'm just not trying to really hear like any black empowerment or business bars from Jay-Z right now, especially as foul as he's moving.
Because like a lot of people, because we big up 444 when it dropped.
Yeah.
And our guy B Will, he was talking about how like I don't want to hear this from Jay because Magna Carta, and I was like, yo, if you want to be real, Jay tried to do this on Kingdom Come. He was trying to do that he didn't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the roots of Jay-Z's career, like he boycotted the Grammys over them not honoring DMX. Mm-hmm. Like the roots of Jay-Z's career do start in black empowerment. The problem is your actions don't back. Like you've made more than enough money to do everything that you've ever set out to do, good and self-indulgent. But you keep wanting to get in the room with the next nigga. And like that's my issue with like him and Puff and all these other all these other rich black people who speak this black empowerment shit is y'all say that, but y'all got enough money to do plenty of good in every hood in America. Yet you keep cutting these deals because you got in this room and you realize, oh, it's richer niggas in the next room. Mm-hmm. So and it's like it's a never-ending cycle at that point. Because you're going to go until you get to Jeff Bezos, and you're not getting to Jeff Bezos because the system ain't going to allow for a black man to be as rich as Jeff Bezos. So you're going to keep cutting these deals, attempting to get in the next room instead of saying, you know what, I made more than enough money. Let's start. I hate to say it. It's basically the Black Panther movie plot. It's
well, yeah.
It is.
No, it is.
It's. I feel like I can't do enough for people around the world while black people are looking at you and like, you got more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, help us out, break bread. You can, and that's not. And Jay-Z and Beyonce do a lot of philanthropic things. I'm not here to say that they don't. My thing is the way Jay-Z keeps undercutting people in an attempt to get to that next room of billionaires. He did it with the NFL. He's trying to do it with the tech companies. It's like, bro, you made enough money, my nigga. You got enough to do all the good that you want to do, but you want more. And that's fine, but just stop passing it off as this black power, black excellence shit that him and fucking Puffy be doing. Because, nigga, Puffy could have been gave Mace his masters back. He didn't.
He didn't.
Mace won't see the masters for another, 10 years or some shit like that? When it's worthless, ain't nobody going to be bumping Feel So Good in 2030.
I mean, nobody should have been bumping back then.
I was going
to accept you. Oh, no. We're not going to disrespect Harlem World, sir.
Hey, I still listen to Jealous Guys on the regular. That's my shit. Just because that record is so fucking funny. But yeah, it's like y'all are screwed over so many people. It's like at some point you would think, and to be fair, Tidal does pay out more money than any other streaming company. And so, but the thing is, like, every good that Jay-Z does, there's some bad that comes right behind it. Like, really, nigga? I can't praise you for that because you laid off a bunch of Tidal employees when you got that PPP loan. Mm-hmm. I can't praise you for anything the NFL doing because you said we passed kneeling. Fuck Cap, basically. Like, I can't praise you still trying to ruin Nas's life.
Like, leave this man alone.
Although that one, like, I semi-understand. Like, he almost cried on radio, man. Like,
I mean, even still though, like, bro, Super Ugly was like way more disrespectful than Ether, especially if it was truth to it. Like,
I mean, yeah, saying you left a condom in a nigga bait. Hey, I was pissed at that nigga about that. Like,
and the fact that y'all was fucking with. Then the fact that he was fucking with Nas before Ether even came out and Takeover, like he had been like, what is that your bitch? Like he had been fucking with him, so you got everything that was coming to you. So,
like it goes back even. Well, the whole beef is apparently started when AZ and Nas don't show up to Bring It On, to record Bring It On, and he ends up putting Sauce and Jazz on it. And they just go back and forth trading all these barbs. I think the reason it probably didn't get started sooner is because Mace had Jay-Z's ire at the time. Which that is still one of the funniest rap beefs to be chronicled. Because, nigga, don't diss me on an R&B song. Nigga, 112 sing about love me, hug me, kiss me, and here you come on. Platinum that, platinum this. Ain't nobody got no platinum hit. Nigga, don't diss me on the like, that's
murder Mace.
Hey, bro, if it's beef, we gonna catch you whenever, however.
Like,
with your kids on R&B records.
Like, nigga, and Hov got him back. Like, Cass be talking real greasy on the R&B record. like, nigga, rap about Dirty Mackin or some shit. Nigga, don't be rapping about me. That's a notch below the disrespect of Trey Songz going. Ooh. When Jim Jones said he slept off Nas Koofy.
This so random, but I remember in I think it was a college. I went to this icebreaker at Central State, and I seen this nigga Goals get knocked out his mouth to Bobby Valentino tell me, like. Like, ooh, tell me his head went this way, his goals went the other way. I've never seen nobody get beat up to R&B. So
you just got to withdraw, man. Just withdraw for the entire
like it's over with after that.
Yeah, no. Don't diss me on the R&B record, and don't have an R&B nigga hitting a falsetto while you rapping about slapping off my koofy. Like that's just like I would have had to see Trey Songz before I saw Jim Jones about that.
Just simply by association, like you knew what you were doing.
Because like if we got beef, a nigga saying he gonna do something violent to me on a song, that's par for the course in rap beef. What's not par for the course is a nigga singing about it and leaning up in the R&B video, taking his hat off so the nigga sing. That's no.
Well, 2 new R&B niggas are heading toward beef, and I hope it gets on wax because Rod Wave and PNB Rock are probably about to start beefing because
talking about the longest neck in the game.
Yeah, he said. He was like, man, all these new artists coming out with all these depressing ass songs. Somebody want to listen to that shit. So Rod Wave was like, put a name on it, and they just been going back and forth on Instagram. So that'll be a pretty interesting beef. I hope it goes there so we can hear some falsettos and gun talk at the same time over auto tune.
Hey,
that's what the game needs right now.
Niggas need to go get back y'all boy.
Yeah,
Tim vocals need to come back out.
Vocals,
nah, because PNB Rock been in jail, so he might be really gangster. But we don't need Tim vocals because
bro, we need Tim vocals in these streets.
My guns.
I need Tim vocals. We need to bust my gun to rap beef, nigga.
Man, they was standing around the elevator. He's singing, and his jeans were around his knees with his boxer showing, and it's 30 degrees. It had to be 30 degrees outside. Like nobody wants smoke with nobody standing like that.
Nah, you would not. Nah.
Like nigga, if you go sing and make a video about how you bust, I will believe you. Like you go take a Neo record and sing about killing niggas, I believe everything you say at that point. Like I don't want smoke. Call me what you want to call me, but a nigga singing over a Neo beat about how he busts his gun, I'm gonna just assume that you about that life.
I mean, we saw Melly was about it, you know, when he released Murder on My Mind. Yeah, he actually did what he was singing about. So yeah,
actually, you know what? I want R&B beef to become a thing. Like I don't know that we've ever like had like a good R&B diss record. Like I need that to happen. Like I want to see.
Yeah.
Like, didn't RL have beef with somebody? RL of Next, didn't he have beef with somebody back in the day? Or am I not remembering that right? Like,
was it like Dave Hollister?
It might have been.
I don't think I'm making this up. I think RL and Dave Hollister had beef.
RL, Dave Hollister. Ain't nothing coming up. Beef. I don't know. That might be like too like just niche of a thing. But yeah, I need R&B beef to become. If all these niggas gonna sing and be auto tune anyway, give me some R&B band beef, nigga. Like give me like the scene from Making the Band.
Oh, with nigga singing out for your band.
Nigga. Like, sing for your band, nigga. Pause. Sing for your spot, nigga.
Don't look at me. Look at him. He's coming for your band.
Sing for your girl, nigga.
He was really behind other grown men ad-libbing in song.
Like, nigga, what? Them niggas broke out in perfect unison too. That's how you know that shit was scripted. Because if all them niggas started at the same time in the same key, nobody had to like pitch up. Them niggas was warmed up. That shit was fucking hilarious, nigga.
Super baggy jeans and wife beaters and do-rags. Looking just what a time.
One of the dustiest scenes known. Oh, wait. I got to bring up Ron's tweet from the other day where someone was talking about Jared Dudley, and he said that Boston College team was the ashiest team in America that year.
No, that team was grimy, man. I used to because I'm a Duke fan. If y'all don't know, I used to hate watching them play that Boston College team, man. Because Jared Dudley would come out with like a 3XT on and like that baggy headband. I was like, nah, like this team is trouble, man. Like I feel like Duke got scrubbed by them when they went to Boston that year. That team was ashy, man. Like car mechanics on that team.
Nigga said it was a bunch of shade tree mechanics. That nigga Jared Dudley had the longest braids with no facial hair. had a poor man's Paul Pierce game and was giving niggas buckets.
Was giving them buckets, man.
Like I hate watching college teams like that. Like I don't want to see no nigga with a 40-year-old rec league game piecing a team of young freshmen up. Like, nigga, take your ass on somewhere.
That's why I hate watching Michigan State teams, man. Like Coach Izzo. Like Coach Izzo is great, but he's gonna have
the worst is Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin is a bunch of white rec league intramural ass niggas who are gonna take a bunch of charges and hold you to 30 points while playing zone. Like, nigga, no. I want Wisconsin away from college. Like, don't put the niggas on my TV screen. Them and fucking Virginia.
Virginia. I hate seeing them on the schedule. I'm a Duke fan too, so Virginia. Oh man, like, can't stand it.
Virginia, when they lost as the number one, like I don't need, like I hate watching Virginia. Like, I would rather see Virginia lose in an embarrassing fashion in the tournament more than I would rather see Duke lose in an embarrassing fashion, because at least Duke it can be exciting. Like, Virginia is just terrible.
Just terrible, man.
Like, them niggas should not be allowed near the fucking basketball court with the style of basketball that they play.
Like, the games are going to be like 60 to 44. Like, why do I want to see that?
50 to 44. Like, no, nigga, no. Keep Virginia out the tournament. When they lost as a 1 seed, when they were the first 1 seed to lose, they should have been banned from the tournament completely. Like, y'all niggas can't come here no more. like y'all niggas ain't allowed here no more. As penance for being the first 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed, y'all niggas got to stay the fuck away. Y'all can't come play. Like, y'all banned. Like, y'all done. Like, I hate watching them damn teams. Like, them Big Ten ACC tournament matchups on ESPN used to be fucking brutal.
Oh yeah.
Like, nigga, you watching fucking Wisconsin trying to play like Duke or Carolina. Like, them styles don't match up, man.
Not at all.
You got Tom Izzo with a 6'6" fifth-year center trying to tackle.
Like dude 29 years old.
Guard. Like, get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Dude is 29 years old as a true freshman. But he's out here starting for Tom Izzo.
Out here like Chris Winkie out here on the basketball court.
Like, nigga, this nigga done served a tour duty in Iraq, came back and decided to play college basketball. Nigga got a wife and kids at home, and you out here trying to guard freshmen.
When Mateen Cleaves is your starting point guard, then you know.
No, hey, bro.
Man, that man used to have 4X t-shirts. Him and what was the fat boy from UConn?
Khalid El-Amin.
That man El-Amin t-shirts used to stop like right here. Like, fam, why is your t-shirt so big, bro?
I hate watching them niggas, bro.
And he basically had on capris for shorts. Like, fam, why are your shorts so long, bro? How do you move?
Like,
how do you shoot a jump shot?
I told people last year, because now that the draft lottery didn't come up, niggas talking about like what is Golden State gonna do, and I was like, they got 2 unmovable contracts because they shouldn't have gave Draymond that extension. And somebody was like, well, yeah, you can't trade Draymond. I said, yeah, because when he loses a step, that nigga just gonna be Khalid El-Amin with a testicle kicking problem. like you gonna have a 6'6" out of shape point forward, who can't defend no fucking body and can't hit a jump shot. It's a good segue actually to the NBA bubble. I thought that shit was finna be a fucking disaster.
So
these niggas done pulled this shit off. I just knew J.R. Smith was finna be out here trying to sneak Tahiri in the bubble, exposing everybody. I just knew that nigga was gonna be out here some Instagram chick DM talking about you want pipe.
it was the wrong LA niggas, bro. It was that nigga Lemon Pepper Lou Will.
I mean, to be fair, if I had strip club wings named after me and I was in town, I would go get some too.
I'm going to get them. I don't blame them.
Like, nigga, strip club wings are fucking immaculate, nigga. I ain't never had bad strip club wings.
Like I said, I used to go to the strip club just for the wings.
Dog, when I found out how good the Furnace's wings was, I was like, oh, I didn't know this. I didn't think y'all was the type of strip club that had good wings. I figured that was like the Palace, and I don't know the other strip club in Birmingham.
You don't need to. So,
I mean, I went to Sammy's one time because there was some free coupons to get in.
Free coupons. See.
It was, and look, I was the designated driver that night because I had to work the next morning. It was my homeboy's 21st. So they was like, man, let's go to Sammy's. I was like, all right, cool. That was a weird random ass night because I actually made $5 because they refused to clean off the table we were sitting at, so I stole the tip. And hey, nigga, we sat there for 10 minutes. And
hey, you said you made $5, but you stole $5.
Yeah, I stole the tip. I walked out $5.
Did you make it? Okay.
I walked out $5 richer to pause. I walked out $5 richer when I came in because I took $5 off the table.
Yeah, thank you for the clarification because
they refused to come clean the table off me and my home. God damn, I'll be forgetting, niggas. But anyway, I've never been in a strip club where there's bad wings. And if I had wings named after me, if somebody ever took my Hennessy wings recipe and made them a strip club staple, I would get them whenever I was in town too. I don't feel like that's the bad thing.
And I feel like everybody on the team knew, like they were like, oh yeah, he of course he's gonna get the wings while he's out there. So it was only a shock when he ended up on IG with Jack Harlow, like which was a bad move. We shouldn't have done that.
Niggas got to stop sharing every fucking.
Stop putting everything on the ground, man.
Stop! No one needs to see every fucking move you make, you fucking idiots. I was only shocked that the Lou Williams wings are lemon pepper and honey barbecue. That don't even sound right together.
It does. It sounds perfect. It sounds immaculate.
I can't agree. I've
had some buffalo honey lemon pepper wings. So yeah.
First of all, our boy Joe Code says pandemic P.
Oh man, can we man?
Yeah, we gonna get to him later, but Court shines some light on.
Boy, we gotta get WAP on here. Having WAP on here with Fee would be some interesting shit because that is a improbable Venn diagram of ratchet music and anime shit. Like we got to get WAP on the episode because that should be fucking hilarious. Because like, do you like Young Boy, Fee?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, there's where you and WAP would disagree because that nigga loves Young Boy, but WAP loves ratchet music. So we got to get WAP on here. We talk about some dirty shit one day. But yeah, nah. Jack Harlow. Yeah, what the fuck was you doing? What was you doing? I don't understand. But yeah, I am shocked this is work. The test will be when the families come in.
Yeah, see, I still
like
because you can contain like the players, but once the families come in, not only families, but long established friends,
and they're in separate hotels. So that means you got a wives hotel and a girlfriend's hotel. Just imagine how that argument's gonna fuck up when one of the wives says something crazy to one of the girlfriends about like you ain't in this hotel over here, huh? How much that's gonna fuck with one of the players' abilities in the playoffs. Like that is a can of worms. I don't know if we ready for.
I don't know we're ready for that.
Like we imagine the stories that are gonna come out if someone like LeBron manages to lose, like when we found out Devontae West supposedly slept with his mom. Like imagine the shit that's gonna leak around the Lakers if they go out in the second round.
I was about to say which like hot team right now is like more like likely to collapse when the families come into the bubble.
Clippers.
Yeah. Clippers.
Paul George.
Remember Paul George and what was the tall bag on his team? Hibbert. Remember they got into it over a stripper near the playoffs.
Not only that, Paul George cheated on Doc Rivers' daughter with his current wife. Lemon Pepper Lou, who obviously loves the strippers.
The strippers. Very charitable.
Like that is going to be a can of worms waiting to happen. Like honestly, I think they are probably who gets caught with a person in both hotels. Lou Williams. Well, never mind. Lou Williams got two girlfriends, so maybe
Lou Williams got two girls. Yeah.
Who like does he get to bring both? Like, are they allowed? Are they allowed? Because he ain't married to either one.
So like, is it a limit on the amount of people you can bring?
These are questions I don't know. Because I think with families, like I think you can bring your wife and kids in. Because if you bring your wife in and you got kids, they can't just be away. I mean, they could. NBA players have that, but I don't think the NBA would just have two parents secluded in a bubble. without the kids. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that actually, you know what? It'll probably be someone like Kyle Kuzma, stupid ass.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
And anybody that is fucked with a member of the Kardashian family is liable to get caught.
Yeah.
James Harden.
Yeah.
You know, that nigga love the strip clubs. It's gonna be a few. I'm saying it's gonna be a few.
If Tristan was in there, it'd be him too. It
would definitely be Tristan.
Tristan had Chloe and True in one hotel. And whoever the latest IG chick is that done blew up in the next one.
Jordan Woods.
like this is the part that I've been waiting on, because it's like, all right, what happens when wait, James Harden, my brother, he don't even have internet.
the great magnificent thugger.
like nigga, it's gonna be that's the part that I'm waiting on. But kudos to the NBA. Like I have been impressed by the way they've handled this. The goddamn Utah Jazz came through and clapped some serious cheeks.
Oh yeah, they was clapping. Yeah,
40.
That's Mike Conley went and had that baby and came back. That man hit 7 threes. I ain't never seen him play like that ever.
Like, that nigga was like, "Hey, nigga, if we here, we in here." Like I was thoroughly impressed by that. Shouts to Mike Conley. He came through, did his thing. The fucking I gotta see how the Clippers respond.
Yeah.
Playoff P showed up, and that ain't a good thing if you know the history.
I hate this nigga. How he just conveniently have an ice wrap on. Like game 1, the nigga wasn't icing his shoulder. He get dropped off. Here come this big ass ice pack on his shoulder, just like
you would have thought this man dropped 50 with the ice pack on, like
he was out there throwing a 100 mile an hour fastball. You want playing?
Like better go get Tommy John surgery. Like he out there.
Didn't he go like 4 for 17? And Kawhi had 35. Like Kawhi out here, like nigga, I just balled out. You know he looking at the Raptors right now, like God damn it, I should have stayed with y'all. You got Fred VanVleet. Like the Raptors legit might have 4 or 5 dudes that can give you 20 on any given night.
They just have 4 people. The last game they played, all of them scored 20.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like you got Mo Cheeks, Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam. if Gasol or Serge get hot from 3, they got a squad. Mm-hmm. And Kawhi proved that he can shut down Giannis if he has people around him that can handle the offensive load. So that might have been the best thing for the NBA, because I don't know if they would have been ready for a Toronto dynasty. Because the thing is, when Toronto plays in the playoffs, the reason why they on NBA TV so much is because the majority of the viewers that tune in to see them are outside the US, and the major networks don't get credit for when they play. Mm-hmm. So it's like the ratings take a dip whenever Toronto is successful. And maybe Kawhi just ain't feel like dealing with Drake.
Yeah. I think Kawhi wanted to go home, but he doesn't strike me as someone who grew up a Lakers fan. So he was just like, I'm just going to go to the Clips. But
hey, did y'all see that video with Drake in the post doing that slow ass move and niggas was calling for help on him? Like, it's a video with Drake hooping in a gym. And he goes into the post and does this slow ass spin move, and you just hear somebody going, help.
I do not need to see that. No,
I don't want to see that.
Don't want to see that.
Like you calling for help on Drake? Like Drake, who don't look like he got an athletic bone in his body. You calling for help on Drake?
After I seen Drake in that Laugh Now, Cry Later video out there with all them athletes, I don't need to see him doing nothing athletic ever again.
That nigga trying to go into the shuffle. Him and Jay-Z might be the two. Meek, Tory Lanez too. May he rot in jail. All right, but who y'all think gonna win the title?
See, that's a tricky one, because I actually hate my answer. I actually hate my answer. Now I hope I'm wrong, because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve good things.
Who?
But think about it. So far, the bubble has been the great equalizer. It has stripped away like home court advantage. It has stripped away the things that are barriers typically in the playoffs. So right now, the Rockets have a very good chance.
I hope they don't win it.
I hope they don't win it because those fans.
I don't want to see a team.
This fan base does not deserve good things.
I don't want to see a 6'6" center winning the title.
I don't want to see Mike D'Antoni get a ring, but
I don't want to see Daryl Morey win a ring because he is the poster child for all of those analytics fucking idiots, and I don't want to see any of them win a fucking title.
Yeah, like Rockets winning a championship.
It's bad for the NBA.
It breaks the matrix. Like it's just nah.
It's bad for the NBA.
Nah, we do not need it.
I don't know because everybody, all the top teams have really struggled. Like I think I don't know the way the Lakers look yesterday. If the Lakers can keep hitting shots like that, I think it'll be them versus the Raptors in a championship. I think the Lakers will win because LeBron is just gonna terrorize them niggas like he always does. But it's the Lakers is dependent on AD. Paul George, he don't got it, bro. So the Clippers, they're not gonna win.
My beef with, I would say the Clippers, but their lack of a big man just doesn't give me faith in them. Like, I just don't feel like unless Kawhi commits to like guarding AD, I don't feel like that would be because Kawhi's strong enough to guard AD. Like he can muscle AD. And he showed last year with Giannis that height difference ain't really an issue with him. But I'll give you my hot take. The team that has the least amount of distractions and they are the most complete team is the Raptors. I would not be shocked if the Raptors won.
Yeah, I would like. They're my pick.
It's dependent upon the Lakers getting knocked out early though. Like if the Lakers make it and it's against the Raptors, I have them winning. If Giannis makes it out the East, I have them beating the Lakers.
But see, I don't see how he makes it out the East because
I don't think he makes it past the Raptors. But I think Giannis could have a series because LeBron can't guard him for 7 games. He can't.
Nah.
But this the thing with the like everybody gives Kawhi credit for guarding Giannis. He wasn't really like the first 2 games. Giannis was punishing him last year. After that, they just put a wall behind Kawhi. So if you beat Kawhi, he had to go through Gasol, Ibaka, Siakam. He had to go up against all those people in the paint after that, and they never won another game the rest of the series. So I do think that the Lakers have enough depth at big man to do the same thing and use the same type of defense to, okay, you get past LeBron or you get past AD. We still have JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard back here to impact his shots at the rim, and then Milwaukee simply doesn't have enough shooters to impact the game.
Chris Middleton is ass.
Man,
Chris Middleton is cool when you have a Malcolm Brogdon and a Giannis, but when Chris Middleton is your
all stars,
right? Like, when Chris Middleton is your Robin, like you don't want that.
No, I was caping for him. Like in a PlayStation chat one day, I was going so hard. Like I would rather have Chris Middleton than Gordon Hayward. Man, that nigga had 2 points the other day or 3 points in 30 minutes. Nah, bro, you in the playoffs, you gotta go. It's over with.
And like that's the thing.
His wallet too heavy now. I mean, that's
Chris Middleton is better on a team where he is the third. Like to me, like a Hayward for Middleton trade actually would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because Hayward needs the ball more and he can create more, and that would help Giannis. And Middleton is just a play defense and hit open threes type player. And that would work better on Boston than trying to figure out because Tatum is clearly the alpha there.
Yeah.
Tatum and Jaylen Brown is just as probably
Jaylen Brown is going off.
And Jaylen Brown is he's gotten very good at defense. Like that's with Kemba there, they've settled because now they've got it's like having a dude with a similar skill set to Kyrie that don't feel like he has to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's allowed Tatum and Brown to just kind of go off and Kemba to basically I'll take somebody off the dribble here and there. But Hayward is just an odd fourth wheel for them. Like if they had more dedicated to defense and just hitting open threes, they would be way better.
Well, then they still have fucking Marcus Smart. Excuse me.
The thing, man, Marcus Smart is one of the biggest mysteries in basketball to me because when he's his plus minus always shows that the team is better with him on the court, but he's doing some bullshit. It's fascinating to me.
Like Marcus
7 and be plus 12.
Like Doris said this. She was like for this stretch, Marcus Smart hasn't scored a point, but his plus minus is like a positive 4. Like when he's on the court, they're better, but he doesn't give you anything points wise. But he
doesn't give you anything wise. Like
I hate that. I really hate him, bro. I hate watching him play. He reminds me of Amon Shumpert, bro. I hate that dude so bad. I hate him.
And see, Marcus Smart is not the player that I thought he was going to be, because if you remember him from college, he was like in the same vein as like Brody. Like he was like that combo guard. He played point guard, but he was more so like that combo guard. And I thought he was going to be like a Russell Westbrook type in the league, but he's like now like a defensive specialist. And I mean, he's the heart and soul of that Celtics team. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, like there are some times where I'm watching Marcus Smart, I'm like, okay, when he's on the floor, I know they're better. But
why are you here?
Yeah, right.
Like, nigga, you just went 1 for 7 from 3, but had a plus 14 in the box score. How is that possible? How is that a thing? Why can you do this? Like, it makes zero sense. Like, he is an enigma if I have ever seen one on a basketball court, because the team should not perform better when he's out there. I don't know what the fuck he is, but he's the perfect offset to Kemba, because Kemba's a defensive turnstile. Like, he's not going to defend no fucking body. So you need Marcus Smart, because if Kemba gets into foul trouble or just has an off night, it's like, all right, we can just put Smart out there and he'll pester the other team's best offensive player and free up Jalen and Tatum to make shots. It makes no fucking sense. Joe had 241s. He said Drake out there like Robert Traylor in the post. Yes, he looked like Robert Tractor Traylor in the post in that video. And then he said the Raptors might have the easiest path to get to the ECF. Honestly, yeah. Like, I think they can beat Milwaukee, and I think the team that would probably give them the toughest challenge is Miami, just because Miami plays really good defense, and Spoelstra is a great coach.
Yeah, Spo is having a year, man. And like
Miami can throw with you Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, and Andre Iguodala, and those aren't like all lockdown defenders, but they're all pesky, muscly defenders that your best player don't necessarily want to go up against for 7 games.
And then like what they're getting from Duncan Robinson right now, like that's a team to watch. Yeah, and Bam too. Yeah.
Like, because they said Bam is proven to be, like, I think I saw something earlier this year that said Giannis has had his worst shooting against Bam as a defender. Because Bam is both long enough and strong enough that Giannis can't muscle him. And, yeah. All right, I just want to know, are we prepared for Giannis to be in Golden State next year? Because I feel like that's coming.
Man, we was talking about this the other day. I think he will want to leave, but I don't think he wants to go there because it's not going to do for his legacy like he think it is. Like, you're going to get your title, but the backlash that's going to come with it is going to be KD like, and then people like KD.
See, the thing is, I don't know that they get a title with him, and I don't know that it's KD like, because KD gave the Warriors something they didn't have. And you saw this in 2015 and 2016 when Steph couldn't hit a shot. That's all.
I get why KD went there. They needed him to beat the Cavs. Like, there's no way around that. But what KD went there for, he thought the championships and beating LeBron head to head was going to elevate him over LeBron. But people still had LeBron as being the best player in the league, even after getting swept, even after he swept them and hit the dagger in his mouth 2 game threes in a row. People still said LeBron was the number 1 player in the world. So it really, and that's why KD got up out of there so fast, because it didn't help his legacy like he thought it was going to help.
Draymond calling him a bitch didn't help.
Well, I mean the way Bob Myers was treating him, joking about him, like none of that stuff.
Because I mean, think about it. Like, do you really like deep, like no matter how talented this guy is, do you really deep down respect the guy who jumped ship and came to your team the year after you put him out? No.
I mean, I do, because I guess for me as a basketball player, watching those first two Golden State finals, Steph is a bad point guard when his shot's not going in because all he cares about is getting his shot going. Like he even says this. If like game 7, he has a chance to blow by Kevin Love and take it to the rack to take the lead, and he decides to settle for 3. And that right there is Golden State's problem. When Steph and Clay are firing, it's great. But if they're not, they can't get anyone else involved, and they don't care about getting to the hole. So the one thing that KD stops is 5 possessions down the court when the Splash Brothers aren't hitting. KD's like, oh, no. I can go get you a bucket. Like Steph, for all his greatness, I don't know that he can get you a bucket. And he's shown that in finals. Like he can get white hot and be as scary as anybody, but can Steph go get you a bucket? Like if I just need a bucket, are you trusting that Steph Curry in a tight game is going to go get you a bucket? It's hit or miss because of the way he plays the game. Klay Thompson can't get you a bucket out of a design play. Draymond definitely can't get you a bucket.
Definitely not.
KD's the best go get a bucket guy maybe in the history of the sport.
Oh no, I mean I get it. I get why. Like he was definitely needed.
That's why I respected it.
He was definitely needed. It was a HAN move.
So for me, my thought on the KD thing has always been because of the fact that there was talks of KD going there in the 2015 offseason. Like after the Warriors come off that first title, there's talks of KD's going there. For me, if I know I'm finna go somewhere, just because we lost to y'all, I'm not finna change that decision. Especially if I'm finna make.
Actually, let me throw a wrinkle in there because KD's I think his fiance at the time, she said he went to Boston. He heard the pitch. He was going to Boston, but then he got on Twitter and started feeling real, yada yada yada. Started to feel real like insecure about it. He was like, "Nah, let me just go to Golden State. I can't." So he was actually going to Boston.
I can't believe that any black free agent will willingly go to Boston outside of Kemba Walker. I'm just
but Boston is outside of the racism, it's a really good run franchise. Like
NBA. But when's the last black free agent to go to Boston before Kemba Walker?
I don't
know. They traded for.
Technically,
they have traded or drafted every black great player that they have had. That black players don't go to Boston. Like it's not a thing. And Kimba's ties there are through UConn. Like that's not a real destination for black players. So I don't know that I necessarily believe that because apparently his fiance had some sour grapes after the.
I mean, people ain't believe LeBron was going to Miami either. Everybody thought he was going to New York and Chicago.
Apparently, and Dwayne Wade apparently said this. Chicago had that in the bag, but they would not acquiesce to LeBron's whims. Like they were being too cheap about the thing. Like
New York had it in the bag too, but James Dolan, they said they botched the meeting so bad that LeBron was just like, I can't even go here.
Dude, they brought in the cast of The Sopranos. To try to pitch for LeBron, and he was like, I don't care. I don't care about this.
Picture in 2011, Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron James on the break with potentially Chris Bosh or Carmelo Anthony. And no fucking spacing. But
they had ISO Joe in on the Banana Boat Boys meetings too. So
that's what it was. It would have been ISO Joe, Bron, Wade, and D Rose.
Yeah. Just think about that.
And instead the Bulls wound up with Carlos fucking Boozer.
Carlos Boozer.
How many picks and players would it be?
I mean, honestly, I think if Milwaukee can get Wiseman, or the number 1 pick would have sealed it. If Golden State gets the number 1 pick, that seals it because Milwaukee can take whoever. But I feel like the Wolves are going to take the kid from Georgia, Edwards.
Yeah,
I don't think LaMelo and D'Angelo is a great backcourt because D'Angelo likes having the ball in his hands, and he's good with the ball in his hands. I don't feel like him playing. LaMelo's not a good off the ball player, and putting him off the ball is a waste of his time.
Yeah, because he can't shoot.
Yeah. So then they're not taking Wiseman because you've got Karl Anthony Towns. So I feel like Edwards is the obvious pick there. So it depends on, does Milwaukee go full rebuild, and do they feel like James Wiseman or LaMelo was a good enough piece to build around?
I don't, because they're saying there's like no generational talent in this draft, so I don't know. Golden State, I would have to go upside their head, or they would have to bring some other teams in. And because I don't see an all-star on Golden State. You're not going to trade Clay. He's the only one.
And that's why that's why I said them trading for Wiggins was stupid.
Yeah.
They have the Wolves pick next year, so they can throw that in to sweeten the deal.
And they had the better piece with D'Angelo,
because Wiggins, no one wants that contract, and they're like, right. Well, it's a fit move, but you have two of the most untradeable contracts in the league. No one's taking Draymond's contract. You should have let him walk and took the cap space, but no one's taking Draymond's contract. And you've got Wiggins, who was grossly overpaid. So you've got two good picks and two untradeable contracts, and it's like you might not be able to get anything in return. So I feel like that was a bad gamble, because if you go to Milwaukee and say, hey, we'll give you D'Angelo Russell, this year's number one and next year's number one for Giannis, I feel like they don't turn that down, because they risk getting nothing for him in return anyway. So you're getting an all-star point guard and two top 3 picks, potentially 2 top 5 picks in the next 2 drafts. I feel like Milwaukee's like, okay, we not doing much better than that, and they can throw in another number one to sweeten the deal down the line anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like with Wiggins, I mean, yeah, Milwaukee could take Wiggins, but he ain't gonna do nothing but give you 18 empty points a night.
He's
one of that with Chris Middleton
already. Right. Exactly.
He just plays better defense. I feel like that was stupid on their part. I said it when they did it. I said I would have let Draymond walk this offseason, and I would have, because Clay and Steph can play into their mid-30s just fine because they're jump shooters. They don't take a pound like other slashing guards do. Like, you're fine with them. You would have been able to. I mean, I feel like they're going to end up taking Wiseman. I've seen some people say they take LaMelo, but why add it?
Yeah, I don't see that.
I mean, you could do it because LaMelo's long enough to play defense if he commits to the defensive end, because then you have 2 guards that are long enough to switch almost anything, and you can hide Steph better on the perimeter, because most teams have 3 great perimeter players anyway.
I mean, LaMelo could work like how they use Sean Livingston. That would be the only way, because
Steph, I can see that. Yeah.
He plays good off the ball anyway, so you can still run your offense with LaMelo running the point.
Right, like offensively, Melo's the point, but defensively, he's the 2 or the 3, and Clay is the other wing. And you just, if you play in a team that got 2 good perimeter players, you just float Steph to the worst one and hide him that way. But I feel like it's Wiseman. I feel like they're going to end up taking Wiseman. I was shocked when I saw Charlotte get the number 3 pick.
Well, I also think Obi Toppin would be a good fit for Golden State from Dayton.
Yeah, I feel like you trade back for him though.
But
you get some assets up to take Toppin, because he'll be there at 5. Like, at worst, the Bulls are going to end up taking him, but I think he's going to be there till at least 5 or 6, because apparently Cleveland's really high on this kid out of Israel.
Yeah, Cleveland's a mess. I don't know what they're doing with
3 number 1 picks in the last decade, and you botched all of them but Kyrie.
There's like, hey, you know what we need more of? We need more point guards.
Dog, I saw a mock draft for SB Nation for Charlotte, and they was talking about this 6'9" center from USC that can't shoot. And I was like, yes, just what Charlotte needs. Another
center that
can't shoot. Like, we don't have fucking Bismack Biyombo on the team already. Fuck out of here.
It's quick.
Bleacher Report got y'all taking LaMelo.
Oh, nah, LaMelo I'd be great with, because so as a Charlotte Hornets fan, the only one on the internet,
the only one.
As a Hornets fan, LaMelo for me is like, that's like the perfect pick. Because I personally am not high on Devontae Graham. I like Devontae Graham, but I'm not high on him. He's 25 years old. He just finished his 2nd year. He's a late bloomer. He shot 39% from the field this year. His numbers are comparable to 2nd year Kemba, but 2nd year Kemba was like 21 or 22. So you got 3 more years on him. He's not a good defender. and he's a high usage, streaky shooter, and he can't play defense worth a damn. So you can't get rid of Terry Rozier's contract because Jordan took that stupid ass deal. So now I went to 2 Hornet games this year. The best guard on the team, well, the best player on the team is Malik Monk, like talent wise. It's and I know I like Monk, but I'm not saying that like bullshitting. Like the 2 games I went to, like he was getting to the hole at will. Like he literally can come off the wing, take it to the hole, and yam on anybody. Probably because of the cocaine he was on, but
probably
the 2 games I saw that boy play, he scored 20 both times, best player on the court. But you're not going to package Monk and Graham. You keep Terry Rozier because you're going to have to, and get a small forward in there, or a center, because I just found out PJ Washington's only 6'7", so he ain't playing center. But he is a decent enough.
And plus, he's dating Brittany Renner, so he's not gonna be focused next season.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not going to be focused. He's that's bullshit on the court, and I don't blame him.
I just want y'all to draft LaMelo so I can hear LeVar talk trash to Jordan and Jordan dog walk him. That's all I need. That's all we need.
Hey, and I just found this out because one of the managers at my job used to do security at Spectrum Arena for Jordan. So I know where Jordan sits when he's at the games now. So I want to see this so bad because LeVar is going to be near him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw Jordan at the last game I went to when they was playing the Nuggets because my homeboy at work, he was like, oh nah. You know, my manager used to work for them. He sits right here. And so I get in there, I sit down, I start looking around. I was like, oh shit, that's MJ. And there was a bunch of big ass niggas around him. And I know LeVar gonna be somewhere near that. Jordan don't sit in the box. Like he likes being on the court. LeVar got to play Jordan for LaMelo.
hey, and they gotta film it. Like, did y'all see Jordan giving those cats buckets in the Bahamas, bro?
He's like, look up Michael Jordan on YouTube.
Yeah, like I need that energy, bro.
No, I need that trash. That's gonna be the greatest trash talking like ever. I need to see that.
Bro, LeVar is not gonna. He's gonna get the ball first, and he's not gonna score. Like Mike is gonna. Mike is gonna embarrass him, bro.
You know, LeVar gonna talk shit even while he's down. Like he's gonna provoke MJ, and I need to see that. Like I need to see that. I said when we got the pick, I said, yo, if we get that, if we get LaMelo, LeVar and Charlotte is going to be ridiculous. Like I would be at as many home games as possible. Big Rona notwithstanding. I will be at as many home games as possible just so I can find LeVar in the crowd.
Bro, then the hilarious thing is him trying to get Jello sorry ass on the team too. That's just
that's not happening. Nah.
We already got a set of brothers on Charlotte and only one of them's good. We don't need two.
Oh man.
Brothers on the squad.
Like Jello sucks, man. Like
he should have played football or something.
Yeah, I was about to say that he should have played football. Like
he has a football body. Like he doesn't have basketball athleticism for like
at all.
I used to when they play in Lithuania, I think.
Yeah,
I used to watch them games on Facebook. I'm like, man, he just ain't got it.
Like even the coach in Lithuania was like, yeah, Jello's not fire. Nah, he's not good. He's not good.
Like, I need to see that, like, because and here's the beautiful thing about like living in Charlotte when the Hornets are trash, like post Kemba. And I am a believer that we should have got rid of Kemba, by the way. But I like lower, like I'm 10 rows up from the court watching playoff teams for like $25.
I mean,
like nigga, that shit was fucking phenomenal, nigga. Like I watched Jamal Murray hit a game winner after watching Terry Rozier airball.
And I told you that I was like, enjoy Terry Rozier, man.
Oh yeah, no, you did. I put the video of Terry airballing in the group. Like I'm right up. So yeah. If that happens, if Melo comes here, I will be in the lower bowl every fucking game looking for LeVar Ball to be ridiculous in the stands because I know he's gonna be there, unless he chooses a box. But because Jordan don't sit in any of the boxes, like he sits by the court, I know LeVar gonna be up.
LeVar gonna be right there.
He's gonna be right there barking in his ear. Hey man, you need to put what's his name, Melo. You need to put Melo in, man. Come on, you got to put him in the game.
If Melo comes here, he's gonna start.
Oh yeah, he gonna play because he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, no, if he gets a jump shot, he is going to Charlotte fucked up not taking Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They took him and then traded him.
Yeah, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
That kid is once he develops a jumper, because I have faith that he will play with Chris Paul. Like he's going to be dangerous. So you can get a better version of that potentially. And yeah, we should never long on the Hornets.
I think Melo, have y'all watched Michael Porter play in the bubble?
Yeah.
Like Michael Porter Jr. He's gonna be the one. If his back stays healthy, he's gonna be.
And that drop.
You said what?
And that drop foot.
Yeah, I mean, if he stay healthy, he's gonna be the best one out of his class.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, but that's the nice thing about the Nuggets is they're good enough that they can take Bol and Michael Porter Jr., who other teams were scared of, and Bol for good reason. Like big men with foot injuries do not have a good history in this. Like you don't take big men with foot injuries. Like there's plenty of examples, but Yao Ming just being the prominent one. You don't take big dudes that big with foot, and he ain't got no muscle on him anyway. Like Michael No Vaccines Porter Jr.
Maga Porter Jr.
Yeah, Maga Porter Jr. Yeah, nah, you don't take big men that, but I do think he's gonna be good. Like it, and he might be exactly what the Nuggets need. A big dude. And to be fair, Jamal Murray's not a small dude. He's what, like 6'5"? He can get his own shot. But to have two of those dudes on the court with a center in Jokic who might be top 5 passer in basketball.
Well, they still got Will Barton, Gary Harris Jr.
They got bodies.
Jeremy Grant, who is like sneakily like become like one of my favorites, just like bench guys. Like if you watch Jeremy Grant play, like yeah,
Harvey's boy.
Man, he's been looking all right in the bubble.
Yeah,
Jeremy Grant. That Morris dude I think he was playing last playoffs.
Yeah.
He looked like the Nuggets. The Nuggets have a deep ass roster, man. Like they deep as hell.
All they need is a guy that can take over a game. If they get a guy that can legitimately take over a game, they will win at least one title in the next few years. The problem is Murray can be shut down. So having a dude as big as Porter is, if he stays that healthy and he can get consistent, yeah, they'll get a title out of that. Because you need at least two dudes that can get their own shots in the playoffs.
Well, and their nucleus is so young too. That's the thing about it. They're young with a lot of experience, like Jokic, Murray. The only thing they got to do is bring Porter Jr. along, and then they just have a touch of veteran leadership with Millsap.
Well, the thing that's going to come with them and all those young teams is like eventually that bill comes due. So you got to start making the decisions of like, you can't sign everybody to an extension. So you get that. And because Boston ran into that where Bill started coming due, and it's like, okay, do we keep all these pieces or do we start cashing them in for another one big piece? Like, do we keep these low spades or do we cash them in to get an ace or a joker?
Nah, first Gary Harris got to walk. I'm probably letting Will Barton walk.
Oh yeah, you got to let Gary Harris walk. I think if there's anybody, it's Gary Harris.
Yeah, and you sell high on a guy like Bol too. Like if someone calls you about Bol and you can get him out of there for Gary, because if you got Porter, fucking Murray and Jokic, like that's a good enough three for you. Like you just need pieces around them at that point. Like, so if someone comes calling for Bol, you take that deal. Like you let him walk, you sell. I'm always big on sell high on young dudes when you got established talent. So like there's zero reason for you to keep a bunch of young cats around, because Boston's mistake was probably not selling high on a couple of their young pieces and trying to get Anthony Davis or Kawhi, because they probably have a title out of that.
Yeah. Don't bring that up, man.
Like to me, if I'm Danny Ainge, I'd have said, "Hey, anybody but Tatum, ask for him, and we'll send them your way. You can't get Tatum, but anybody else, we'll send them along."
But I will say this, and if you don't know, I'm like a casual like Boston fan. I don't really have an NBA team, but I'm a casual Boston fan. Like the piece he would not let go was Jaylen Brown, and honestly, now I'm starting to see why.
No, Jaylen Brown's good, but when you have Kyrie there,
you go
get a Kawhi or Anthony Davis to win that title. Wow.
Do you think you're gonna win a title? Do you think you even get out the East with Jaylen? With what you have now, do you think Boston gets out the East? Because I don't think they do.
I mean, Tatum is probably 2 years away from being that guy that him with a solid number 2 can get you out the East.
Yeah. Tatum is like you said, a year or two away from being like legit like top 5 in the league. Like he's on his way right now.
Yeah, like
the thing that's gonna come with me is Daniel Theis has been playing well, but when you have to pull him off the floor and put in Cantor, they don't have enough in the post. Robert Williams has been coming along, but still they don't have depth in the right area yet. Right. So that roster is like almost there, but they just need a few more pieces.
And I'm so happy Portland got rid of Enes Kanter, bro, especially, and no disrespect to nobody Muslim, but when he's playing basketball through Ramadan and he's not eating, that man gets smacked in the post, man. Like he can't.
Do nothing. Like because that's tough playing through that. I mean, just think about it. Yeah,
and I have a lot of respect for Kanter as a person. Like,
absolutely,
100%. Like he is one of the dudes I have the most respect for in the NBA because of all the stuff he's doing. But that's tough. Like the thing with Boston is, you got a ticking time bomb. Well, not a ticking time bomb, but you have a small clock on Kemba Walker. Like one of the reasons I was letting him go is sub six like small guards that are at about the 6 feet window that have high usage rates typically hit a cliff at 30. They're like running.
Once they get around 29 or 30, it's a wrap. And I didn't really like. I mean, the Kemba move is working now, but really, I'm not gonna like it next year.
It's not next year. It's year 3 and 4 of that contract where you're getting $30 million a year, and you like, hey, bro. He done suddenly dropped to 15 points per game on 41% shooting, and that's not really good. Like you need to maximize that with him now, because when people were saying, well, nah, Charlotte, you give him the max, I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
He's going to be 28 on that deal. He's going to be 33 at the end of it. Chris Paul is probably one of the only guards that has been able to small guards that has been able to extend that shelf life, and we've seen it with him. Every year he gets in the playoffs, he runs out of gas. He can't do it no more. The thing with Kemba is on Boston, he's got 2 young horses with him, so you can probably extend that out a little longer. Whereas on Charlotte, it was going to be him and fucking Nick Batum and Marvin Williams.
Nick Batum, man.
That's the worst fucking contract in the NBA.
No, it's not. Chandler Parsons.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
right.
okay.
I forget that's a he's still in the league guy for me.
He's stealing money.
Yeah, nah, that's ski masking right there. Okay, second worst contract in the league. And it's like, nigga, why would you pay a dude whose career best in points was 15 a game, $25 million a year? What the fuck is wrong with you, Jordan? I want a 30 for 30 on how bad Jordan's draft and GM history has been.
It's like historically bad.
Kwame Brown, Adam Morrison, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Cody Zeller. Those are his last 4 or 5 top 5 picks. Cody Zeller, you could have had CJ McCollum. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, you could have had Dame Lillard. I can't even remember who you could have had with Adam Morrison.
I mean, somebody shit.
You drafted Malik Monk over Donovan Mitchell.
Well, see that one, like, and we talked about this before. That one I don't blame him on, like, because
I blame him because the GM at the time had Mitchell's name written down, and Jordan walked in and vetoed it. That's why I blame him. If it was a census selection, I don't have a problem with it. But because the GM had it right, you said no. The pick turns out to backfire, and then you fire that GM for your incompetence. When the team said, no, Donovan Mitchell's the guy, And the thing with Mitchell versus Monk is they're both small guards, but Donovan Mitchell is a good defensive guard, meaning you can play him with Kemba Walker. You couldn't play Malik Monk and Kemba Walker at the same time because they're both 6 foot guards who can't guard no fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 Allen Iverson wannabes out there. That's not like Allen Iverson worked because you had Eric Snow. Like you had a bigger nigga to defend people. Like, yeah, nah. Fee, you think your Blazers are gonna beat you think they got another game to beat LA in them?
Nah.
No. Man, this is what I said before. When I seen that they was gonna be the 8th seed and play LA, I was like, LA has been playing so bad in this bubble. They're gonna play Portland, who don't play no fucking defense, and all their shooters are going to get hot, and LA is going to get rhythm, and they're gonna win the NBA title because they play in Portland. Because Portland this is like their 11th playoff game in a row in the bubble, so Portland is battle tested. LA been resting the whole bubble. They played 1 or 2 meaningful games, and then now they chilling. So JR, Waiters, KCP, Danny Green, they all gonna find their stroke because Portland, but outside of maybe Gary Trent and Trevor Ariza's not there, they don't play no fucking defense. So
yeah, I would have rather seen young Memphis, just because they're more exciting. Like I love Dame. Like Dame has my utmost respect, but them boys out of gas. And CJ McCollum out there playing with a broke back, man. Like
I broke my back, spinal.
Like I'm happy to see Melo get another shot in the playoffs, but
I think if they were healthy, I think they would have put up more of a fight. But I don't think they have enough in the gas tank because people fail to realize the Blazers was in the Western Conference Finals last year. So that team won, and this team is more healthy than that team. So
yeah, some Whiteside stealing money too. Speaking of people,
man, he's so terrible.
He's
bread.
And the Lakers are so dirty because they'll put Anthony Davis and JaVale out there at the same time. So the Blazers got Hassan and Nurkic out there. Like, come on, man. And then Zach Collins, I was hoping he would come back so Nurkic can guard JaVale and Collins could at least guard AD. So AD not taking these big men off the dribble to the cup. But Zach Collins is out for the rest of the season with a messed up ankle. So, yeah, go ahead and zip them Blazers up, man. Carry that casket.
Yeah,
and so y'all like Fee is a Blazers fan back to the days of Damon Stoudemire, Rasheed Wallace, and Bonzi Wells.
Oh,
them
wow.
Blazers.
Yeah,
back to them Blazers.
Yeah, I hate the Lakers, bro. But we can't never beat them.
So I just found out that Portland can't host an All-Star game because they don't have a hotel big enough.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Think about it. You've never seen an All-Star game in Portland, going back to the 70s. Like there hasn't been, and it's because they don't have a hotel big enough to accommodate the NBA.
Why wouldn't you just build one?
Just build one.
And weed is legal in Oregon. You would make a killing.
Because Portland is one of those cities. Like they're predominantly white. I don't know that they want an NBA All-Star game.
Well, true.
Oh yeah, they're real rich, and I heard they're real rich and racist out there. So
yeah, that is one of the whitest cities in America. Like I don't know that they care. They're like, we good. We don't really need that here.
They need to move Portland to Seattle.
Nah, they need to move New Orleans to Seattle.
I mean, I agree, but you can take Portland so they can.
New Orleans is only a thing because of David Stern.
Yeah.
Like David Stern has he had this thing for keeping a team in New Orleans after they stole the team from Charlotte. Like he had a thing about making sure a team stayed in New Orleans. Like that's why he vetoed the Chris Paul trade. Like he has done a lot, and I've always heard that Adam Silver would never allow the team to move while David Stern was alive because David Stern carried so much power still behind the scenes in the league. Like he was still his official title was still commissioner emeritus or some shit like that. Like he still had enough muscle to make Adam Silver's life difficult if he ever attempted to move. So to me personally, if I was the NBA,
bring back the Supersonics.
Move New Orleans to Seattle, move the Clippers to Vegas. The Clippers will never be a thing in LA. Like put them in Vegas. Like those are two big markets right for the taking. and it's only helping the NBA if you put 2 NBA teams there.
Man, the Raiders, I saw their stadium when I was out in Vegas a couple weeks ago. Oh my God. That is a magnificent spectacle of a building right on the outside of the strip. Like, I think it's across from the MGM, I want to say. Oh my, and that thing, the stadium is all black. Well, like, it's blacked out. Man.
Black hole.
Built that grand stadium just to win 6 games in.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice to win the 6 games. I'm gonna have to go out there and check one out.
I mean, that was the thing behind it, is like, hey, we know we'll sell out constantly because Vegas is a tourist town. So there's always going to be a bunch of people here that are rooting for the other team. So we'll win off of ticket sales, even if we never build a loyal fan base. It was smart.
Right. And yeah, Vegas is like such a transient city. Like, that's the place you would go to see a game. So they're cool.
Or if you want to go to Vegas and you want to catch your team in a different city, you can line up those weekends and be like, oh, my team's in Vegas this weekend. I go out there,
exactly.
Maybe fuck a few escorts and go catch an NFL game.
Marijuana legal, like people smoking outside the hotel on the strip, police walking by not bothering you. Like, and the great thing about Vegas is you can Uber from the airport to the strip. It's like 5 minutes, depending on the hotel you're at, and the stadium is right there too, all in Ubering distance. So,
that's gonna be dangerous right there.
Yeah, you're not gonna come out your pocket a lot of money for transportation. So, and you don't have to depend on nobody giving you rides to get around. So
yeah, if you want to catch an NFL game next season, if we're allowed in stadiums, go to Vegas, buy some weed, fuck a few escorts. From what I hear, they proposition you out there.
For what you hear.
I've never been to Vegas.
They do. They have these men that stand on the corners with these cards, and they flick them like this while you're walking past you. And if you leave your pockets open, they will stick them in your pockets. I swear to God. I had on cargo shorts one year out there, and I got back to where I was staying, and I had at least 10 cards with escort numbers on them because they would just stick them in your pocket. So.
All right.
Hey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for herpes and HIV.
It comes with you. Yeah.
That won't stay out there. But anyways, we got anything else?
I think that's it.
This has been Politics as Usual, episode 30. Please follow us on Twitch. Please.
Let me put that up there for your convenience, people, just in case
We need this.
Why am I putting that in the chat? Hold on.
Like, y'all supporting us been absolutely lovely. We love it. But please follow us on Twitch. Please and thank you. To the comments. Twitch.tv/kidswearcrown. Follow us on Twitch. And yeah, man. Fee, you got anything?
No. Nope.
You got anything else, Ryan?
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask. I just want to say,
clubs.
Please stop going to clubs. It's not that serious. But
smoking hookah in clubs. Fucking
like
idiots.
You shouldn't be smoking hookah like anyway. So please don't smoke it during the pandemic. But I want to say, if you,
from what I've been told.
Yeah. So if you've been watching Lovecraft Country, stick around after the episode on these same channels, Twitch, Periscope, YouTube. We do a live recap show. So immediately after the episode, just come back to the kidswearcrowns.com or the KWC blog on Twitter and just watch the recap there. That's all I got. And we're out.
1